Guys, so today we are going to be talking on our leg session, Stelio and I. We did this about 3 weeks ago.
Yep.
I had it in my library, but I totally forgot. I think we went straight away to post this chest session, and we totally forgot about it. Yeah. But at this point, I think, Stelio, you were what, 5 weeks out?
5 weeks out of the competition.
Yeah.
Now I'm 3 weeks out.
3 weeks.
3.5 weeks.
3.5.
So
he's looking good. He's hiding it, you see. He's hiding it, but he's looking good. So we started off with squats and went over to do some walking lunges, and we did some leg press, upside down leg press, and then went over to do some leg extensions. So we did 2 warm-up sets on the squats.
Oh, squats, yeah.
And then we did 4 working sets. 5 working sets it was. So as I said, I filmed this workout three weeks ago, so I really can't remember exactly what it was I did. I really like this method of squatting. I've just started it. I can't go as heavy, but what happens is I can feel constant tension on my quads. So I always put a plate on there, and it's way better than just squatting without, anything under my feet. Back in the golden days, that's what they did. So I'm trying to get some, Frank Zane wheels right here. So yeah, and I think this was our second working set. So we built it up to about 3 plates. I didn't go too heavy on this. I just really tried to focus more on feeling what was going on with my quads. All right, here, this was Stelio's set. I think it was Stelio. How did you find this one?
Yeah, this was really good. Yeah, I was going nice and slow. Trying to not to stretch my legs or just to keep the tension on my muscles. So yeah, it was really good. Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, the main focus of this video will be dieting. That's what I like to talk about. One thing I tend to see is that people like to drop calories way too quickly. I tend not to do that. I mean, in my off season right now, I'm at about 3,000 something calories, and I bumped that up from 2,000 to 2,200. I think was my lowest, or 2,000 calories, my lowest point of prep. And I've been bumping that up since October. So its main point there is go slowly. Everything you do, go slowly. Because if you try and just, put on shitloads amount of weight, let's say you've been depleting, you've been having, I don't know, the day before your show, 0 water like some people do. I mean, I don't personally advise that. I do advise, drinking some amount of water. Let's say if you're in the weeks leading up to show, if you're having 7 liters due to the high amount of protein you're having, and all the supplements, maybe the day before show cut it down to something about 4 or 5 liters. You still need some amount of water, and right before you step on stage, just make sure you don't drink a liter because then you have to use the toilet. But yeah, so going back to doing things slowly. My off season, as you guys can see, this is me in my off season. This is probably the worst I will get to. I'm not going to push it too much in terms of going way out, because it just gives me that much work to do getting ready for shows. Getting ready for shows, I was telling you, Stelio, I do 0 cardio. Maybe I do 5 minutes warm up because of my knee injury, but on a bike. But that's literally it. I do 0 cardio because I try to keep my focus in the off season is eat as much calories, maintaining good condition. So I do a lot of carb cycling, a lot of calorie cycling, having high fat days, having cheat days to spike my metabolism, things like that. And even when I'm prepping for a show, I give myself enough time. I'm already in condition, and I start about 16 weeks out, or maybe even more sometimes. And I really get down really shredded. But yeah, that's mainly what I have to talk about in terms of dieting. I would make another video to talk about this more clearly. I'm going into a bit more detail as to the things I do when I'm getting ready for show. But yeah, doing this lunges, it was really good doing it outside because you had to focus on not dropping your knees, and that's one thing a lot of people do when you're doing lunges. You sort of drop your knees and rest. But if we drop our knees outside, we're gonna get dirty. So we had to focus a lot on keeping the tension on the quads and powering ourselves up, But yeah, and then we went over to the leg press. We did 7 sets on this.
7 sets, yeah. That was the killer set. That was the killer exercise. Yeah, like on my 5th set, I started feeling like throwing up. So that's something that I don't normally feel.
Yeah.
But because the session was so intense, I started to feeling like throwing up, which is good. Yeah.
I guess
In a way, it's good.
it shows that you're pushing yourself.
Yeah.
Shows that you're pushing. I mean, the funny thing is, I think it happens to some people, and sometimes doesn't happen because I've never really gotten to that. I've gotten to the point of where I feel extreme amounts of like I can't breathe. Yeah, it feels like I'm short of breath. But I've never really gotten to. I think the one time I did was when I ate like 30 or 40 minutes before the session, way too close to the session, and you get to that point. But
I think for me it was just because of the intensity.
The intensity of the workout, yeah. But thank you to Stelio for coming to train down with me at Ironworks. You guys will be seeing his posing video next. Next video I'll be putting up with Stelio. We're done. Workouts are a wrap. Did some posing. I think Stelio is ready. Stelio is ready, definitely. Post-workout meal now. Well, post-workout shake now. We're heading off. That's it. Gym's closed.
Cheers. So guys,
I'm so